That's always a little bit different. We're going to go into the game right here. It will be NiP starting on the terrorist side of Nuke, and it's going to be Cloud9, the North American team, starting on the counter-terrorist side. Obviously, the much more favored side here on this map. Your prediction for this one, it's NiP that picked it.
It's NiP's map. This is their best map. They are starting terrorist side. I think they could close it out. Definitely maybe something around a 16-12 scoreline.
16-12. That's actually fairly close. That's within range where Cloud9 could do it if they get just a few more rounds than they should, maybe. Shroud going to be moving up here and does spot a lot of people. He needs back up quick. He's being shot from every which angle, and Freiburg almost going down. Shroud going to get a second chance. Hiko falling back, and there's the opening. Headshots from Shroud raining in. How is he still alive? Finally, they take him down, but he took two people with him, leaving them in a 2-on-3 as Forest and Get Right are the two people left here. Get Right, I think he's the one to watch. If NiP want to win this, it is on him alone, I believe. It's going to be Forest to take out Semphis, and now it's a 1-on-2 for Sean Gaz here. Oh, and how does he even... They got a lot of time here. He's walking in with the USPS, and he's thinking he's spotted the face of one. Forest is going to survive for another day, so Sean looking to reposition himself. NiP can do whatever they like in this position. Sean takes the peek once again, doesn't actually connect with the bullets, and they're gonna, instead of just going downstairs and planting, they're gonna wrap around to try and kill him. They want to make a statement in the first round. No bomb plant, just brutal murder here, and Sean goes down. Get Right will pick up the kill, and that is a very good start.
Great patience there by NiP. I mean, they got it into... They were at a disadvantage. They were playing like 2v4, Get Right got a kill, Force got a kill, and they brought it all the way into a 2 versus 1. Instead of just kind of rushing up the ladder, getting into the bomb site and going head on, they took their time. They had 40 seconds up on the clock. Get Right took the bomb. He went all the way around to the hut. Force kept just distracting, just peeking out, poking out his head a little bit, not going out too far, and then Get Right got the flank. It was beautiful play, a much needed pistol round for NiP if they want to secure a lot of T-side rounds here.
Could have worked out very differently. Shroud starting off, I mean, I don't even know how Shroud ended up surviving that long, but the fact that he didn't, picked up those 2 kills as well. NiP stabilized somehow. That's a pretty good start. Exist gonna take down nothing. Really scary thing on Nuke, would you agree, is this anti-eco round. And actually, as we say that, Sean will pick up the Deagle headshot on Fiflaren, so a quick trade.
And this is actually a pistol armor buy here from Cloud9, so they're fully invested in this round, and it looks like NiP is doing a relatively decent job of actually keeping all their numbers up. They did lose Fiflaren, and they are low health on Exist over there, but they still got most of the players, and they are taking upper bomb site control. So
Semphis looking for that headshot there. Could have been great if he could have got it, but you're right, NiP are doing a fairly good job staying alive here. Exist is going to be sneaking all the way down and gets caught by Sean. So now it's actually looking a whole lot better for Cloud9. Winning the round's a different matter because the bomb's already down and they don't have a kit or any grenades, but they can do more damage or even save the Galil and armor here.
Saving the Galil would be a crucial play, and you know what? I don't even think it was exactly necessary for Exist to actually jump in the vent there at that point in time.
No, he could have just held it, trying to see if they knew there was someone in vent, they could have maybe just forced him out eventually. We'll see if it's gonna affect the game later on. Of course, Cloud9 saving Galil armor actually is a pretty big deal.
What's going on with Forrest over there? Is he lagged out? Yeah, it looks like something's wrong with his computer, so they're gonna quickly pause it.
All right, well, we get a little bit of time in the meantime to just discuss the map, because, you know, I would agree that NiP probably should be able to take this map on Nuke here. They are a really strong team. Used to be, I would say, the best in the world. I'm not sure I can really say that any longer, but they're definitely, you know, in the top 3
They're definitely still up there. I mean, I would have put Titan up there, but I mean, Titan's T-side got completely annihilated by Dignitas, so you'd have to automatically put Dignitas up there.
Yeah.
But I still think, at the end of the day, NiP has been so consistently good on the map for such a long period of time that they still reign, they still maintain that title. They just have to.
Well, and then the second map goes on down to Dust 2.
Dust 2, yep.
Which is gonna, I mean, Dust 2 is always a really hard map to predict. Cloud9 is good at it, but sometimes it feels like almost any team can be good if they get the right kind of opening.
Yep. It's definitely a map where looser play styles are good, and that's what Semphis' style of calling is, and that's what Exist's style of calling is. So I think there's an equal chance for both teams to kind of win that map, but it's going to come down to individual performances. Is Get Right going to go on fire? Is Forrest going to get a bunch of one-shots? Is Shroud going to impress the audience as well as Nothing and, I guess, Hiko? Hiko is a huge crucial player for Cloud9 on that map.
Yeah, I was going to say exactly on that map, because we saw him do a lot of impressive stuff on different maps yesterday. Obviously, Mirage was maybe the most stunning example of that.
But Dust2 at ESL, and that's what you're going to bring up, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yep.
So yeah, that was a really scary performance from him, and it's not the only example that we have here. So yeah, we see Freiburg discussing a little bit with the ESL admins, making sure everything is worked out for just fine.
And
the Valve devs.
And the Valve devs. But it looks like he's getting his headset back on, so
they're saying, is it really a random function that made us get over cobblestone again? Is it truly random, or is it more like, you know?
I've said my piece. I'm staying out of this.
That's a very politically smart thing, I imagine.
I've been doing that a lot since my tweets earlier today.
Well,
which were also fun.
Speaking of tweets, if you do want to get in contact with the hashtag @ESL1, and it's @JoshNissan, right?
Yeah.
For Twitter for me, and for me it's on FireAnders. You're free to hit us up on Twitter, and we'll reply as kindly as we can. Now, it's a little bit of a break here in the beginning, maybe giving C9 a chance to think about how they're going to play the upcoming rifle round. Not the next one, but, you know, once they get rifles.
Yeah.
How do you think they're going to hold it? Are they going to be very present out in the yard, or are they going to stay more defensive?
Honestly, just judging by how they did their pistol round there, they might try to get maybe a second or even a third person on outside, kind of shut down NiP's presence. I mean, everyone knows it's not any news that Forrest jumps up onto that outside. I call it Twinkie. It's also called Yellow because it was yellow in source, but that place up there.
The marshmallow.
The marshmallow. So Forrest always goes up here. It's in everyone's best interest to shut him down. So we can see Cloud9's doing exactly that, trying to get that extra man out there, make sure that Forrest is neutralized, and then kind of stop NiP's aggression. So, I mean, we're going to still have to wait for the gun round. Cloud9, I mean, obviously it's 2-0 at the moment.
How did they buy a FAMAS on Sean?
It looks like he misbought, or like snapbot.
So that's a big deal. They saved the Galil that they stole from NiP last round, but buying this from us means they either have to get a bunch of kills or at least keep it around till next time. Otherwise, it's going to be a big issue. Forrest looking for the kill out here in the garage, but he doesn't realize there's someone on the crossfire, which is Semphis, and here's the C-set, 75. One's going to go down, still 2 bullets left, and Forrest does escape around the corner, but this is actually not a bad start. Now things are looking a little bit tricky for NiP. Forrest going to look for a different angle, trying to get the kill here, but he goes down to Sean, so now the FAMAS is looking much better, and there's nothing picking up Freiburg, and it's going to be just get right left here. Picks up the 1, and he's going to go down as Semphis with a very important double kill, and an accident turned into something quite good.
Yeah, definitely. That was a great momentum shift as well. I mean, they got their round early. That means that they're going to have max economy right now. They have, you know, $3,000 in the bank after they've got all their weapons, but we can see that NiP's not giving in either. Like, they're not going to just give up that round.
And just to make clear to all the new viewers and the newcomers to the game out here, there's really no such thing in this game unless you're a complete madman, such as just buying a random rifle and hoping that works out, because you do tilt your team's economy if you do.
For sure, you want to buy together as a team. That's the best way of that's the best way to ensure that you win.
Forrest again with the jump over, so definitely you have the read on him there. Hiko down in main, just looking to see if he can actually at least listen and see if he can hear them jumping over here.
Oh, that's a good shot.
All the way down to 13 for Exist, and NiP, they do make their way down. Forrest finally gonna slide off the ledge there, and nothing. Quick jump there, grenade to follow, and it's not gonna connect with Exist. That could have been beautiful if he had walked right in. Molotov to follow is gonna force nothing back, and he's not gonna close the doors. He's just waiting for them to come in. Still plenty of time for NiP to make up their minds. And now the door does close. Is he gonna find the timing? He opens it up once. No rotation really happening for Cloud9, so it's really nothing, and I think one guy with the vents help building out right now. Geralt takes a little bit of damage, and Freiburg goes down, and he's usually the entry fragger for NiP. So that's a very important kill for C9 to pick up. Second one, Forrest taking some damage, and finally they deal with nothing. And then it's going to be Forrest taking down Semphis. Now it's 3 on 4, and there's 25 seconds. They got to put this bomb down eventually. Hiko, timing is perfect, looks into the Heartview Flaren. goes down, and now a 3-on-3. Shroud looking for the kill here. Mid-air, Force does go down, drops the bomb as well. 10 seconds left, and it's going to be Exist who was shot down to low health so early, and this will be Shroud picking up a really great triple kill from 3 different angles. So you said Shroud was another guy to look for to maybe impress the audience, and it's a decent start for him.
It's a great start for him. I mean, he's at the top of the scoreboard for his team there, but another thing we have to look at for that round is that came down to NiP getting down secret with the majority of the team. They left Fifth Lauren in lobby to kind of flank. It all came down to gun duels. Nothing was just in a duel. He got 1 kill and got traded down. NiP had the right idea all the way until the end there, where basically Cloud9 got the advantage, the one-man advantage. And from there, NiP was looking left, right. Where do we look? We don't know. And that's what you have to do on this map as a terrorist, but it's inherently CT-sided. Cloud9 should be picking up these rounds, and I wouldn't be surprised if they pick up another at least 8 more rounds in the half.
Yeah, so something like 10-5 would be a reasonable thing.
10-5, maybe even 11-4. I mean, NiP got the pistol round, but they got eco'd like shortly after that, so we don't know how many T-side rounds NiP is going to be able to get.
Seems like the Swedish team has gone quite a bit for the outside area, and as you said, Cloud9 seemed prepared to try and deal with it. They did let them downstairs last time. I mean, do you see NiP trying for like something like a straight A rush? Is that worth it?
It's definitely worth it from time to time, but what you want to do is you want to figure out how your enemy's setting up on their counter-terror side. If Cloud9 is opting to send a lot of people outside to kind of invest a lot of presence outside to shut down Force, make sure that NiP can't take outside control, then NiP could just say, you know what, they're stacking outside, let's just do an inner rush. And that could absolutely work.
Cloud9 going quite aggressively out here. So as NiP is trying to adjust their tactics on the terrorist side, Cloud9 trying to keep NiP guessing about their setup. And this is really cool. They got 3 people outside waiting. It's going to be nothing to open up for us with a really good return headshot, but he instantly gets traded. Semphis comes up with the kill all the way up from the railing out here. And now flashbangs are going to rain in through the ceiling windows here, and they're going to go for it out. The hot Shroud can't see a thing. He's still going to pick up the kill. Exists with a return. It's a 2-on-3, and they're going to get another one in here. Get right with the one. He goes down. No, he's alone, in fact, in a 1-on-2. A lot of time, but he doesn't control the bomb. He's going to make his way out, and Hiko might get a little bit anxious here. If he goes for the peak, normally Get Right would be the perfect guy to have in a 1-on-2 like this. Exactly who you'd count on to end up with a clutch here. 40 seconds left. He wants them to make the first move, make a mistake and make it a 1-on-2, and then try and see if he can get it all the way home here. Hiko gonna take a walk in. Get right, misses the headshot, and Hiko picks up a double kill. Do you think that was the right way of playing it from Get Right, waiting for Cloud9 to do something?
Yeah, I mean, he saw Sean Gers actually poke his gun out a little bit in heaven. So that's what Get Right was waiting for. That's why we saw him kind of just hesitating for about 10 seconds there, trying to wait for Sean Gers to make a mistake, peek out a little bit too wide, maybe check the squeaky angle. But once Get Right saw that, hey, Sean isn't giving me this angle, I need to make a play now, I'm down to 25 seconds. That's when he peeked out towards Mini. And he almost got the kill on the Mini player, which would have been a very good scenario for him. But in the end, he missed that opportunity, and Cloud9 was able to pick up the round.
And now they've picked up 2 auto snipers. That's a lot of an investment, but would you agree with this pickup?
It's definitely good. You can shut down ramp, you can shut down outside both at the same time, and then you can put a heavy investment into not only upper players, but rotators. So you can dance around the map through vents, up and down, through secret. You can come through mini to help outside. Like, it's a very quick way to rotate around the map. But as we can see here, in this situation, I mean,
yeah, the smoke works, but they are shooting the feet away here. Sean with a really quick double kill. That's interesting, and nothing does go down. That must have been up in the A-bomb side for Flaren, I think, from Squeaky. It's going to be a 2-on-4. So obviously an eco round from NiP shouldn't be a problem for Cloud9 to be able to hold on to, but they are actually losing players, and this could really work out for NiP. It's a 2-on-3. They've picked up 2 rifles. If they turn this around, that's going to really upset the North American team. If Flaren coming out of vents, Get Right already inside. If Hiko comes back to take a look, he might not be looking at this angle at all. Hiko charges in carelessly, should be going down here. Get Right not connecting, and it's going to be dropped. Hiko with a double kill. And explain this to me, Steel. How did it Get Right not connect with those bullets?
I don't know. You turn to me for analysis. I can't analyze that. I don't know. Get Right had the angle. Hiko came out, I think, at a certain angle in which Get Right couldn't see him. But I don't think it was planned. Like, Hiko didn't know that Get Right was in that position. that's just that's astonishing. Like I can't put it together.
Because it seemed like a really good setup. Because it was an odd choice for Geralt to stay exactly where he was, but it seemed to work really well. Just lacking the final piece of that recipe, which was getting the actual kill. Now they have rifles and they're going to be in the hut pretty quickly. And they're going to go, I think they're going to smoke off heaven with this smoke and then execute.
Yeah, it looks like actually Get Right missed the smoke, but they are going to execute into upper, as we can see here.
Great shot from Forrest, going to take down Shroud, and that opens up everything. That one kill is worth a lot right now. Bomb should be going down any second. Cloud9 are going to have a really hard time taking this, I think. The Molotov, not going to do anything. They're not quite large enough for spread. Fiflaren going to stay intact for the moment. Freiburg will pick up a kill as well on Shroud, and now I'm not sure. Should they be going for this retake? 2 auto snipers is a big investment.
Definitely, they're just going to forfeit the round at this point. Unless they're able to get 2 nice pickoffs here by nothing, I think they're just going to forfeit the round. And it looks like nothing's actually just going to go down. So 2 versus 5, maybe they toy with the economy a little bit, but it looks like they're just going to lose players left, right, and center.
Forrest with a really, really great triple kill in this round. So 1 auto sniper's lost. Hiko's not even going to be staying safe here. Forrest will go down eventually, but he's got to be careful there, not wrapping around. Bomb's going to explode any second. Hiko runs right in and does take down Freiburg. Is he going to get the last one? No! Fiflaren takes him down. Is it worth the investment? NiP sacrificing 2 players to get that 1 sniper?
I mean, if you look at the economy from NiP, they do have, just because they lost so many runs in a row, they did have the economy bonus, and then they just won that round. To take down 2 auto snipers at the end there, I mean, it's worth it. Cloud9 right now, I mean, that's huge. $5,000 per auto sniper. They got both of them at the end, plus the armor, plus the grenades. They just put Cloud9. If NiP is able to win this round, Cloud9's going to be on an eco, and they know that. That's why they're kind of pushing their way through.
Fiflaren with the opening kill on Sean, who's holding down here in ramp. He's going to go for 1 more. Can he catch Semphus? That's the big question. I'm not sure Semphus realizes how close they are. He's looking the wrong way. Fiflaren is really close, but he gets a shot through the smoke. Nicely done, and Forrest goes down to nothing. So in spite of that great start and what looked like to me looked like a great position for Fiflaren, wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough.
Well, they do have the smokes, and obviously if you want to plant upside, you know, in the A-bomb side, you can sort of do it without a smoke, but in the B-bomb side, it's really tricky not doing it. So good for NiP that they managed that. Fiflaren getting his ankle shot a little bit here, and he's just going to be hiding. He's occupying 2 players, and Gerard's going to take down nothing. Could he do more? He's on the light side. He actually misses the ladder there. I'm going to go down to Shroud, not hesitating for a second. And now it's a 2-on-1. Fiflaren very low on health. He's going to have time to buy time here. Exist is alone. 15 points of health. And in a 1-on-2, it's far to take this bomb, but they have a kid. Oh, Exist! Great headshot, double kill. And now it's a 1-on-1. Hiko versus Exist, and he's trying to juke this around. Hiko going to get the kill right there. And there is, I think, just enough time for it. Last second. Cloud9, very, very close round.
Very close.
If Geralt doesn't miss the ladder, if he actually gets upside, imagine how much Cloud9 have to focus on.
That was a great play by Get Right. If he had made it actually up that ladder, up the vent, Cloud9 not only wouldn't know where he was, but he could dance around the vents with full control of that and kind of like peek the bomber, make sure he's not on the bomb, and he's just got a great position there. He can flank the players going to the rafters. It was literally 1 second difference.
Yeah, that was that close, and it does cost NiP the round. Good news is Cloud9 did actually lose 4 members that round, so they win it, but they're still just as close to ecoing as they were the round before, and NiP can still buy. That is a sick shot from Hiko all the way up, and as you said, everyone knows it by now. It's common knowledge. Forrest is up on that marshmallow, or the silo outside. Shroud, great spray, going to pick up the 1. It does return on to Exist, and Fiflaren hiding inside main. Going to take down Hiko, so now it's a 3-on-3, and the health advantage is with Cloud9. I think nothing is actually making enough noise here that they know he's on the ladder. Going to throw up a bit of grenade and just being pretty obnoxious there. Fiflaren is going to take down his teammate in Semphus, and can he pick up a triple kill here? Fiflaren on 28 HP, and he's playing a really good game right now. Got to give him a lot of credit for this. Bomb goes down, and nothing, and Sean Gares. They have to try and retake this. They're going to be ecoing if they don't. Sean wants to inch his way into the bomb site. Seen him picking anyone up, but Exist will drop him. And nothing now. 1-on-3, down in the vents. This is almost the worst possible position.
And, I mean, we're going to have to see Cloud9 ecoing next round. Nothing is definitely going to have to save this. And the reason why NiP has been is able to pick up this round is because they are going upper, and Cloud9 is heavily investing players on outside to just take down Forest. Get Right's able to take down nothing there, and that means that Cloud9's, they're not going to have any money.
And they actually all survived the blast as well, so that's pretty good. Right now, it's Get Right at 10 kills. So we've been pointing out a couple of mistakes. One of them when he was missing that shot, but he's actually top fragging right now, except for Hiko's on 12, but it's between the two. 6-4, and you said, you know, 5 rounds might be all right for NiP on this first half. Right now, they're at 4.
Yeah, it's looking very, very good for them at this point. And I wouldn't be surprised if they're able to pick up a 5th here, but we do see the investment from Cloud9 here. I don't want to give anything away, but we might see. It's too tough to tell how this round's going to pan out. We do see the players playing on upper this time, and that's where NiP's been going the last few rounds, where they're able to actually pick up the 3rd and 4th round.
And a couple of Molotovs as well being picked up here from NiP. Flaren, shot for the smoke, going to take down Sean.
That's a good start for NiP. And they just threw a Molotov at... Oh, that's a spam through the...
Yes, it is. Right through the door into main. Hiko gets found. It's got to be frustrating because they did invest into an M4 and even a Max 7 here. And right now, nothing has come of it. They've not even done any damage at all to NiP. We'll see, can they find at least a couple of kills here, preferably even steal an AK. They need some sort of return on the investment they just had. Otherwise, NiP could actually tie the score. They could make it 6-6 right now. It's a pretty big gamble that Cloud9 just did, and right now it seems to be backfiring. Semphis walking out of heaven. Does spot exist out here, takes the fight, but there's someone right underneath him. And Semphis could have gone down. Forest just inching his way up, gonna come charging with the AK. It's Exist who gets the kill on the other side, but I guess, if nothing else, it was pretty confusing. Nothing, takes down Freiburg, picks up the AK, and tries to spam through the floor then. You can actually do that, but I don't even think that angle you can, and Flaren will take down another kill here. That's a triple in the round for the Swedish player, and that's 6-5.
Nothing's having flashbacks back to 1.6 when you could spam through that.
Yeah, that's true. I think if you're doing it at a straight angle, you probably can, but the angle really matters here.
It does minimal damage now post update. I think the update, it was two months ago that came out, that they nerfed the spamming. It does like 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 damage max per hit.
You have to really commit to it.
You have to hit them with 20 bullets in order to kill them if they have full health. So it's really not worth it.
All right. So this force up that Cloud9 just did, we know now that it wasn't a good idea because they ended up losing it. But at the time, do you think that was the right call to make?
It depends on how you're going to set up. I mean, NiP was doing this heavy upper style, like going out upper, and it was basically countering Cloud9 because Cloud9 was heavily invested into outside. So right there, what Cloud9 decided to do was put 3 players on upper, but I think NiP was reading that they were on eco, and then they were able to just like get 2 spam kills. Flaren got the spam at ramp, and then Freiburg from T-Red through the main wall was able to get the 2nd kill. That makes it a 5-on-3 right there, and then they're able to pick up the round. So,
and actually that spam spot through that Freiburg did is a pretty usual one, but I can't even remember the last time I saw it work. There are a lot of these spam spots that people try all the time. So how much do you think that's going to mess with Hiko, just that he actually died with such an annoying thing?
I mean, Hiko, he's top fragging for the team. He's the one doing all of the work for Cloud9. Not all of it, but most of the work for Cloud9. And for him to go down to that, it's crushing. You're just like, okay, well, I didn't even have a chance at this round.
He's going to have a chance this time. He has picked up the rifles here. 6-6 is the scoreline, and NiP already doing very good work on the map that they picked as well. Starting on the less favored side, no less. So this is going to be a huge confidence boost here to the Swedish team. Sean holding by the boxes here, and the smoke up, really standard play coming out. Flaren's proven really great at opening into this ramp room, so I'm wondering if he's going to do it again. Sean does get the pickup on Freiburg, flashed and smoked, but it still works. Semphis comes in, doesn't connect, but they've got to be careful they don't underestimate how fast NiP are here. Flaren can't find the opening, so I actually like the fact that Cloud9 get the kill and fall back and play safely. Oh, but they weren't counting on Forest, and Hiko will pick up a quick return. That's really important. Forest could have done huge damage if he had stayed alive, and they weren't able to catch him here. Smoke off to one man, and I think, is that a smoke in the other one too? No, it's going to be a Molotov, so NiP really want to make sure. But in the meantime, they're losing players. Hiko comes up with a double kill for Flaren. Can he return? This is a 2-on-4. Very tough spot for NiP, and Exist not going to be able to make it happen here. Nothing will take him down. Flaren falls, and it is a combined effort from Cloud9. So What was the total result? I mean, Cloud9, they won that round. They only lose one player. What did NiP do wrong?
Okay, so if we go back and figure out how NiP won these 6 rounds, they won the pistol, they won the following round, and then they got eco'd. The next round that they almost won was when GetRight was with Fiflaren. Fiflaren was planting, Hiko came out with the auto sniper and got the kill on Fiflaren, and GetRight couldn't get the angle. But what they had done that round was they did outside smoke, sent 2 people outside, and then did upper smokes and flashes, and then hit upper through the hut at the same time. They did that strat 3 times in a row. The first time we saw it not work because GetRight missed his shot on Hiko over at Heaven. The next 2 rounds, it did work. Here they switched it up and they tried going ramp.
Yeah, and Hiko could have caught someone off guard there. I'm actually surprised that NiP saw this coming because it's been a while since they've been so active, and Freiburg is going to catch Hiko as he's trying to get away. We'll have to see if NiP return to the formula that seems to have been working at least a lot of rounds so far. Now let's see. They have received a lot of damage here on NiP. Forrester is very low. Freiburg also underneath half HP, and same for Exist. And it's Freiburg who falls first. Shroud will pick up the kill, and another one coming in for nothing. Semphis is waiting here in the main entrance to the A bomb side, but it doesn't even matter. The bomb is dropped outside here, so Cloud9 just even losing control of Courtyard, they actually go back to try and retake it, and it works out really well for them. Fiflaren and GetRight 2 on 4. They have that much time, and even worse, they don't have the bomb control either. GetRight jumping over, but he must have been hurt with that jump. Semphis is really close to him here, and gonna spot him jumping down, so they know exactly where the NiP players is. GetRight running with the knife out. It's gonna get taken down, and it's nothing to pick up a double kill, and Cloud9 managed to secure it. That looked like such a good start for NiP, though.
I mean, they still have 6 rounds on the terrorist side, so it's still a very good scenario for them. If they're able to pick up this last round in the half, I mean, they're gonna be laughing going into their counter-terror side. But Cloud9 doing a really good job. They lost the pistol. They got that setback where they 4-spot, lost that, and then they had to eco after that as well. So those rounds, that's basically a majority of their losses. But NiP, if they want to win, like, their upper hits have been working the best for them. I mean, they're running out rounds going lower. This is what worked.
Yeah, and they seem to be returning to that formula as well now. Here in the hut, they're already pushing in, and there is some defense going on in here. Forrest with a really good opening. Instant headshot on Shroud. He's going to get taken down by nothing, but now the push is on. Freiburg takes down nothing. They should be able to get a bomb plant here. Hiko hiding in main, waiting behind the smoke. He's actually going to pick up a kill on Exist here, and that drops the bomb in the middle of everything. This is a massive kill for Hiko. Fiflaren goes down. Freiburg is next, and now it's GetRight 1-on-1 versus Hiko. The 2 top fraggers fighting it out for the last round of this half, and there's plenty of time for both to work with here. GetRight can't put the bomb down, which means the clock is going to be working in favor of Hiko still, but 50 seconds is a lot of time. GetRight jumping past and what? Takes down GetRight. Oh, sorry, takes down Hiko. That was pretty bold. How did that work?
Reactions, good aim, composure. GetRight.
Because if you had to teach someone to play Counter-Strike, I think one of the first things you have to say is try not to jump when you're, in a fight ever.
The thing is, GetRight didn't think that Hiko was going to be at that angle, actually. GetRight thought that Hiko was going to go around to locker room or something, or not actually be holding the angle into Squeaky. And then GetRight tried to jump. I would imagine he tried to get the bomb, jump down the vents, and then plant lower. But as soon as he made that jump across, he spotted Hiko at the corner of his eye, the corner of his screen, and it just flicked over to him and took that battle.
And there we do have GetRight right there, and we noticed he had this new haircut. I'm sort of wondering if he got up this morning and said to himself, today's the day that I'm gonna bring myself out of this slump that I've been in. Because we've read interviews as well from him, and he's been sort of acknowledging himself that actually I haven't been playing as well as I should. I'm one of the reasons why we've been not doing so well, and now, well, on this first half he was doing really well. I'm wondering if we can take a listen in on Cloud9 just for a moment to see what they're saying while we do have this halftime.
I say, maybe we do. Sean gets a smoke and a flash, and we do the ramp thing to under ladder to smoke up in heaven. We go through our smoke up in the thing. We just wait behind the smoke in heaven, and then we take upper.
Send one outside lurking.
So they're just talking about their pistol round strat. We don't want obviously NiP to overhear that, but right now they're just kind of figuring out what do we want to do on this pistol round. This is a very, very crucial round to have. If we pick up this round, we can actually win out the half. So what is it that NiP's going to do? What are we going to do to counter it? And it sounds like they're going to try to do some sneaky play, try to catch NiP off guard, get behind them, get a nice backstab going. So that's what they're focusing at the moment, and that's exactly what they need to do. Just kind of get the team involved, get an effort from everyone, just get input from everyone. What can work? What ideas do you have? Get the ideas from everyone, and then go straight into it.
We do see Peter clapping in the background as the round starts, really trying to get his team up and running. So much on the line here. 8-7 is a really, really good first half for NiP. It's almost going to be hard for them to actually lose this second half, I think, unless Cloud9, as you said, come up with an incredible trick play and somehow make that work. They are going right into ramp. Look at this, 4 players rushing in, and Flaren almost gets caught. That's so close. They're going to be close to him. He's going to have to try and run away, and he's just exactly fast enough to make it happen. So while they could have caught him, that ladder is going to save him right here. They go for the kill anyway, and he's down to 17. Sean keeps pushing up, going to catch one guy out of the garage here. I think that's Forrest. He's going to take the duel again, and should be careful now. 11 bullets left. Smoke's going to rain out there, and will actually fall down, so I'm not sure that helps them all that much. One flashbang for Flaren, very low on health. Going to go for the peek. He realizes they're all coming for him here, and he doesn't get a single one. Now Freiberg down towards the vents. That's a really nice headshot. Can he pick up another one here? He does before he finally gets taken down, but Shroud with 2 in return. Tries to jump down as he's almost getting backstabbed here by GetRight, who did pick up nothing now. A 1-on-2. And GetRight flashing in once. The bomb goes down, so that's the first victory for Cloud9. They get the $800 bonus, but they want more than that. They want everything. GetRight waiting for them to peek up here. Sean gonna come in here. He's very low on health. I'd actually want him to stay out of this fight. Just don't peek GetRight, because that could be dangerous. 7 bullets, now 5 bullets left. He's gonna run out and go down. Shroud picks up the triple kill. Very, very important round coming in here, and Shroud has really been hitting some great rounds so far.
Yeah, he's definitely keeping his composure. This is his first actual international stage, one of his first actual LAN events in general. And he's definitely keeping his head cool. He's not freaking out during the clutch situations, especially against GetRight. But we saw Cloud9 actually talking about that strat. I think what they wanted to do was throw the smoke where it would land on the rafter. They would get up into heaven and then wait, and then attack from heaven and lobby at the same time when the smoke cleared, with like flashbangs coming through the top. But the smoke missed, they went up to heaven anyways, and they ended up winning the round regardless. But it looks like NiP is just going to be on an eco here, and Cloud9 knows this, so Cloud9 is just going to take this really slow, make sure that they can get into very good positions, but GetRight's in a great position. I've actually died to GetRight in this position, and I was just blown away that it even exists. I had no idea.
And we'll have to see if Cloud9 have figured it out. Can't give anything away here, but it is definitely doesn't look like he's aiming anywhere near at the moment. 9-7. We're in the 17th round. If you're just joining us, this is only the first map of this quarterfinals, and it's a very important one. And Sean doesn't realize either. Does that make you feel a little bit happy at least?
It does. It is such an annoying angle. But you know what? After this event, no one's going to be able to use that angle anymore, because everyone's just going to be cleared GetRight spot.
Oh, wait a minute. Freiberg gets caught with a grenade out, gets taken down by nothing, and they're instantly downstairs. Shroud will pick up Existent. Cloud9, instead of slowing down, they actually just decide to put some speed on it, not get picked off one at a time by NiP, but really just pressure on. And I think sometimes that can be the right move, because if you slow down too much, you might end up losing even more players. Forrest goes down. GetRight still has that stolen Galil that he took from Sean, and actually a defuse kit as well in a flashbang. So it would be great time to get an defuse in if it was possible. Flaren very low on health, and GetRight not really attempting it. Best choice here?
Doing what they're doing right now, just backing off slowly. Keep that Galil. GetRight, I mean, that's a huge investment right there. That's exactly what they want to do.
We'll have to find out if it's going to be working out. Flaren still has armor, so there's still money. I mean, if you look at the actual inventory here, there's $4,250 on NiP combined, so it's definitely worth saving, something they can use later on. One of the worst things that can happen on this CT side is if you end up ecoing too much, and that's exactly what Cloud9 would love to have happen. If they could force one eco here once NiP pick up rifles. Is that enough to take the victory, do you think?
I mean, with NiP on the CT side, even if Cloud9 gets to like 13, 14 rounds, just by, you know, getting this next round in, getting the first gun round just by surprise, it's counter-terror side of Nuke. NiP's best map, the arguably easiest side on, you know, counter-terror side on Nuke is the easiest thing to rack up as many rounds as possible. It's not over until it's over. Like, you can't just say, oh, we've got 14 rounds, we're on terror side Nuke, we're gonna win. Because you can come back from, you know, 14-0 and win.
Well, we've seen this before. The match between Dignitas and Titan yesterday was a pretty good illustration of a 14-1 first half in favor of Dignitas, so it is not over till it's over. But this time, NiP really do not have the weaponry. Flaren saved the body armor, the 5-7, and already he's down to 13 health, so that's a little bit unfortunate. And NiP actually stacking up towards the ramp here. I mean, I guess they have to gamble somehow. If they spread themselves thinly like they would in a normal round, might not exactly be the best idea. And Geralt catches just a bit of a shadow of Semphis and does only a tiny bit of damage to him, not quite enough for the kill. Sean getting almost shot in the back there, gonna go for the kill on get Freiburg anyway. Trying to control the spray, but not connecting quite enough. Still gonna work out just fine for Cloud9 here as nothing opens up onto Freiburg. In the corner, actually, Forrest, what a great double kill. And Exist is gonna take down Hiko. Forrest eventually falls, but this is really dangerous for Cloud9. This could be devastating for them here in the second half. Semphis can't pick up the kill, but he's now has to reload, and they can't punish him for it, but the bomb 3-on-2 here. It will go down. NiP have the kit because Geralt still saved it, so saving the kit here could be everything. Exist goes down, and now it's a 2-on-2. Flaren is coming up downstairs, and actually Geralt's down here as well. They thought it was the B-bomb side.
I think that's the only reason why Exist pushed in through Squeaky first before his teammates were able to, you know, be in a position to do anything. But it looks like Getright's just going to come up the ladder and die, and Flaren is going to follow suit. So Cloud9 is going to be able to pick up that round. And that was essentially an eco round from NiP. I mean, Getright saved the Galil, and Flaren had armor, but essentially it was an eco round.
Yeah, I think it's in the movie, I think in one of the Speed movies where one of the bad guys quotes or is said to, just says, I think, what's that quote? Assumptions is the mother of all screw-ups. That one assumption that it was the B-bomb side, that they could have actually lost on the round.
Yeah. I don't know that movie. I don't know that reference, but yeah.
It feels like it. They do actually blow up the squeak door, and then they don't actually commit to it. Normally, if you explode that squeak door, that seems to me like it's a sign it's going to be a pretty big push towards the A-bomb side.
That's exactly why they did it. Because they're not going there. It's called a fake. It's this whole new meta.
But this fake is taking so long that surely by now NiP will have decided, you know, actually nothing as much is happening. And they do have Geralt spotting out here, so now they definitely know that there are a lot of people outside.
But what it did is it pulled NiP out of the position, so it let Cloud9 essentially get downstairs without taking any damage. We see Sean Garrett took some damage there, but he wasn't going with the rest of his team at that moment. So the fake worked. It pulled NiP out of position. Cloud9 was able to get into the positions that they wanted, and now they're able to kind of, with this new control, without taking any casualties, with using, like, you know, a couple smokes, flashes, and grenades, they're able to actually be in this position at the moment where they can actually win the round.
And they get all the way up to this position, so this is why we need you here, Steel, to figure these things out. Geralt goes down, and he's been playing so well in this map, so that has to be considered a pretty big opening here for Cloud9. And down in the bomb side, there's still some people holding on here. Can they finish this round? Look at the time left. 16 seconds. They open up. Freiburg inside holding. He's going to pick up 2 kills. Forrest with the 1. Can they finally come home? They will get it done. The spray from Semphis, a double kill. It looked very, very close. Leaving it to just 15 seconds is a huge risk.
It is a huge risk. I mean, if I don't know. Honestly, Forrest and Freiburg there kept the team in the round. They got the 3 kills, just snap, 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 right there. If they hadn't got those kills, they were done for anyways. So I think Cloud9, they were destined to win that round. They got the perfect fake off. They got the outside control. They got the boost onto Heaven, all by 45 seconds. That was great control. You can hit mini split. You can come up through Heaven. You have full control of outside, and you can just collapse on the upper bomb site. So, I mean, Cloud9 outbrained them in that scenario.
And it hits NiP exactly when they needed to start winning rounds, to collect some sort of economy, to boost their confidence, and to actually win on the map that they picked here, to try and see if they could do it. What would be your idea going into the next round for NiP? How do you try and secure yourself a round?
Honestly, just playing default, they've only played that 1 gun round. On that round, Cloud9 did a fake outside, fake upper, fake inner, and then they walked outside. They didn't throw any smokes, they just walked across outside. So NiP, they haven't actually seen anything from Cloud9. They just have to play their game and hope that it works out for them.
Oh, picks up the AK, goes for the spray, and can't connect with it. That could have been a really sick combo from Getright. He does get up the first kill on Shroud. It might not be quite enough, so we'll see if NiP are just going to go back to their standard style after this round when they do pick up rifles, hopefully. Not sure what their economy is actually like, but I think they should be able to force it up here in the next round. They don't seem to be a team that's very much favoring going for the AWP style on this map, which some teams do on the CT side. But could be an auto sniper if they get enough money, I think.
Well, we have to wait and see who's playing where. Like, if Flaren's playing ramp, you could put ramp, an op-down ramp, but Get Right normally plays outside, and Get Right will just play really random angles, kind of just try to catch one of the members of Cloud9 off guard, shoot him in the back, play from, we call the green mile spot, it's the old backstairs. Yeah. We call that like Get Right spot, because he's always there. He's always just in a place or a position outside where you're not really expecting him, and then he gets a kill on you, and then he's able to get away magically. I don't know how. So that could be inside the big garage, the big warehouse, by the pipe, it could be behind the sandbags, it could be behind CT Red, it could be old green mile, it could be heaven, it could be CT spawn boxes, it could be locker room.
And I actually remember having this conversation, or a very similar one with Sean Gares, where he said to me, look, the problem is, even if he doesn't kill anyone from your team, you're still not spending so much time just being slightly paranoid that he is out there somewhere, and actually finding him and killing him is much harder. So it works in a multitude of ways, just having to deal with this issue.
It's just spotting him is half the battle.
Yeah. Well, right now, he is in a new spot outside once again here by the garage, and yeah, keep switching it up.
He's just got to take these off angles, and that's exactly what he's doing. And Cloud9's actually taking quite a little bit of time here, actually clearing out all the positions slowly but surely. They haven't used any smokes or flashes yet, and Forrest is actually picking up the op. He went aggressive on the catwalk, and this is what I really enjoy about operators is you get a kill from one position, and instead of just keeping that same position, you go somewhere else. And Cloud9 is going to be guessing, is he still outside? Is he going to be ramp? Is he going to be in the vents? We see Kenny S from Titan going in the vents a lot.
It's very true. And while they're guessing, the clock is running down. Seems like they are going to try and focus on the HUD here. Grenade rains in, does only a little bit of damage, but NiP with the opening kill. This is exactly the time to get back into it. Semphis setting up with a smoke, actually not from an angle that I recognize. I'm wondering where this is going to land. Can't spot it just yet. 28 seconds, 27. They're really, really cutting it close. This is almost some Na'Vi-style terrorist play, but they get the opening anyway, and it's going to be Exist to drop down with a really quick double kill. Bomb still in control here. They do have it into... No, actually, it's all the way outside. What's going on? Sean goes down, and Exist picks up the kill and then gets a little bit of assistance. How did the bomb get that far away?
Your guess is as good as mine in that position. But it was a great play by NiP. What they did is they got the entry kill outside, and then they basically had two people watching the HUD exit. Exist was able to get the nice double kill right after Freiberg died on upper. Exist got the double kill. He was able to maneuver back to the back of the silo, and he had a great position to stop the remaining Cloud9 members to get in from Mini. But I think that the smoke that Semphis tried to throw from the roof missed, dare I say it, because I didn't see it in upper.
I didn't either.
It didn't have enough power to go outside.
I think you're absolutely right, and I was looking for it as well because I really haven't seen that angle before. It's not one that I recognize, so maybe we'll have to go back and check or ask Semphis later exactly how that works out. There is an AWP picked up on Semphis, speak of it, and they don't have anyone on the, they don't have anyone on an NiP. I see you're smiling.
And I'm just trying to think, did that smoke land on the catwalk outside?
So
to allow them to get into Mini Garage to do that upper split safely? That would make sense.
If that's what it is, then Cloud9 have really been doing some homework here. That would be actually very impressive if that's. We're gonna have to go back and check the demo to make absolutely sure we know what's happening here. Good Molotov here is gonna zone out the Cloud9 push, so some of them are through, some of them have to wait on the other side. And I'm really worried about the time that they're putting into this here. 35 seconds is just not a lot, and it's gonna come back to bite them, I think. They have to start winning rounds. So once again here, NiP are slowly but surely building up an economy. And as you said, it's not over till it's over here on Nuke, not once you're on the CT side. Downstairs, Flower will pick up a kill. He's going to go down to nothing. 20 seconds left. If this bomb gets stopped even once here, that could be the end of the round almost. And Forrest has the door opened. They need a smoke, and they have one to get the defuse, or sorry, to get the bomb down here. But can they actually commit to it? Almost nothing has gone down. 8 seconds. Where's that bomb plan? There it is. And Hiko and Semphis pick up kills. Forrest up in the window, going to come through with the kill on nothing. And Get Right will help out. Semphis goes down. It's a 2-on-2. The bomb only just freshly planted. So they need to get in here, get it into a 1-on-2, and then see if they can retake it. NiP losing the round would actually be a disaster. That would be really close. And Shroud picks up a stunning headshot. Now it's Forrest walking in, picks up one. He's already got the double. He's looking for the triple and jumps. And Shroud takes him down just when it matters the most. That's when they make it work. Let's try and see if we can listen to Cloud9 here. That's good. They've got to be excited. right, no listenings, or they're not saying anything, but it seems like it. Fair enough, we'll keep that to a minimum then. 14-8, 23rd round. NiP on an eco. Steele, it seems like Cloud9 are very close to making this work.
Yep, they are. This is not what I predicted. It's not what I thought at all. Actually, that round got really close. If Flaren got a second kill on that position, or even if GetRight was able to get a kill on Shroud there at the back of the silo, Shroud did a really good job. He got both those last 2 kills. He was able to keep his composure. He didn't peek out too wide. He didn't overextend at all. So he was able to do a very good job of actually clutching that round.
Sean outside here, looking for the headshot on somebody. Going to be walking down in towards Secret, and NiP, without winning an eco round right here, they're going to be fighting for 7 rounds in a row to extend to overtime, basically. It's quite a lot of pressure on them, considering that this was their map pick. It's not like they can't win Dust 2, because they definitely can.
Yeah.
But it does stack the odds against them quite heavily.
Yeah.
Eco, the one spray down and assists with a quick return onto him, so that's something. But is it going to be quite enough? GetRight walking around, and they will take down Flaren in that hot. So 2-on-4. Bomb is about to be planted as well, and GetRight will pick off nothing. And Exist has picked up an AK. Now would be the time to get one of those magical NiP type clutches where they just pull it home, but it's not going to happen. Shroud and Sean Gaz make sure the round is safe. And it will be 15 map point for the North American Cloud9 team.
I just saw Shroud crack a smile there, actually. He's getting happy. He's on match point with NiP on Nuke. NiP's best map. I'd be happy.
Yeah, but Shroud is really, an uncanny character in that sense. He's very cool.
He's very, you don't really see that many emotions from him. So it's very interesting to see that he's actually cracking a smile there. That's cool. It's good to see.
A sign of things to come, perhaps. Maybe that smile is going to turn into a little bit more if they can end up actually defeating what's probably one of the absolute best teams in the world. 24 rounds in here on the first map in the quarterfinals, and the Swedes are looking not very good right now. It's not over till it's over, so we'll give them the benefit of the doubt here. 3 FAMASs, 2 M4s is what they have, and a single defuse kit. Forest looking for another bit of an odd angle maybe, but they are actually gonna smoke up here, a flash down. Looked like that was a smoke to follow, sorry. GetRight gets taken out, so they accomplish something that's normally not very easy, as we've been talking about. They find GetRight on the garage, so 4-on-5, and they're inching their way forward. And NiP looks to be a little bit anxious. They're moving around a lot, trying to adjust to this. Semfis takes down Freiburg on top of the hot roof, and 3-on-5. This might just be it. Forest with the kill on Sean Gaz. Cloud9 moving up. They're looking for the kill. They're looking for the next map already. Flaren and Forest 2-on-4. No bomb plan yet, but it's going to happen in a split second. Hiko and Semfis make it work. And look at that. The Cloud9 team instantly up. Hugs all around. Definitely time to celebrate if you are the North American team here. That's more than just a victory on Nuke. That's actually a pretty decisive victory.
That is a decisive victory. They started on the CT side, but NiP, they got so many rounds. They got such a good lead going into their counter-terror side. But, I mean, starting from the pistol round that Cloud9 got, into the following eco rounds, into the first gun round, they really set